Hey everyone, my name's Christy. Welcome to my corner, and it has been a minute. It has been a lot of minutes. It has been so many minutes. This is the video that I was going to film for my 5-year Flosstube anniversary on August 14th, and it never happened, and it kept not happening, and then it kind of kept getting not happening. So I decided to film it today. I have so much to talk about. I have fully finished objects. I have finished objects. I have works in progress. I have purchases. I have an entire Sherlock Holmes mystery box from Forbidden Fiber Co. I have giveaway winners. I have happy mail. I have purchases. I have things that I inherited, textiles that I inherited from my grandmother. I have projects for a neighbor that I want to talk about. I have a needle arts book that I may or may not show you depending on the time. I just have a lot to talk about. I have giveaway winners. I don't remember if I said that. There just feels like so much in this video. But before we get to any of that, I want to welcome my new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me on my crafty and artistic adventures. Welcome back to my friends who have been hanging out with me for however long you've been with me. It's been great to get to know you in the comments here on YouTube and also on Instagram. And if you're not following me on Instagram, I haven't posted much lately, but I hope to start posting there again too. I'm feeling kind of uplifted. If you're not following me on Instagram, you can find me at Dr._Christy. That is always listed down below. This will actually be an edited video because with the giveaway winners, I'm going to do that like editing. Christy's going to do that. So I don't know who's won these prizes, but I will show you the prizes. We'll do that. And there will be editing, although not a ton of this will be edited because I don't have time for that. Anyway, if you're not subscribed and you want to see more content and stuff that I'm doing, I'd love to have you subscribe and stick around. And I don't usually say this because I don't click the bell, but if I'm a little erratic on posting these days, my job is very busy right now. And I feel like my life is busy right now. So if you want to catch me when I post, click that bell button, wherever that may be down here. And it'll tell you when I upload. And yeah, let's get into it. So I think what we're going to do, this is the plan. We're going to start with stitching stuff. Because I also have finished objects that are not stitching, that are crafting stuff. So we'll start with the fully finished objects. Then we'll get into our finished object, then we'll get into our whips, and then we'll do our giveaway. And then we'll do the non-stitchy stuff. And then I will give you my life update, which, you know, strap in. It's been a couple months. It's been a while. So I got a lot to talk about. So let's talk fully finished objects. It is October, I don't know if I said this, it's October 25th. And that means that Halloween is next Friday, which is very exciting. That's why I'm wearing this hat. I don't know that this hat is going to last the entire video because it's a little bit wobbly and I have to kind of reach around and find things in sort of like below me. So I may give up on it. But it got the point across. It got the point across. And I'm wearing my like universe shirt and I don't know why, but I just really liked it. Okay. Let's talk fully finished objects. In honor of the season, this was a freebie. No, it wasn't. This was part of the Stitchy Goodness zine with the theme of witches. And it says they didn't burn witches, they burned women. I plan on releasing this on its own when I have a second. But what I did was I got this sort of frame from Michael's and I just sort of jury-rigged it in the back to keep it on. And then this was it was a 5x7 frame. And then this was one of the mats that came with it. And so I covered it in gold leaf so that it kind of goes with it nicely. And I thought that this sort of greeny blue color matched this greeny blue color really well. They're not quite the same color. The frame is a little bit more blue, but I really like it. And I hope you like it too. So this is my first fully finished object. My second fully finished object is available in my shop right now. I have an Etsy shop where I sell digital patterns. You can find the link down below. This is my Snowflake Serenity, and I designed this for a Just Cross Stitch magazine. So this was featured in Just Cross Stitch magazine, I think last winter. And basically it is a cross stitch rendition of an embroidery that I had done several times. It was just a sketch that I did that I embroidered. I think I sold both of them. But what I like about this is that all of these trees have these snowflakes in them, and all of these sort of snowy hills have these snowflakes. So each of these snowflakes is somewhere in three big trees or the snow. The sort of poinsettia is not anywhere else. It's just there, but I really love this. All of this white up here, actually none of the white is stitched. So if you wanted to stitch the white, you could, but I left it out just to make it fewer stitches. But you can find this in my Etsy shop, which is linked down below. So if you're looking for some winter stitching after after Halloween, you know, when in the Northern Hemisphere we're starting to get into winter, you can find this there. And yeah, a few people have bought this and I hope that they're enjoying stitching it. It only uses 3 colors, four or 5 colors. It's not a lot of colors. I think it's 3 greens, that kind of icy blue, and then the brown are the only colors in it. So it's a really nice, it's a nice stitch because there's not a lot of color change, but I think it's interesting because of all the patterns. And so that's why I really like this stitch. This is Snowflake Serenity. You can find it in my Etsy shop. My final fully finished object is this little lady here. This is Lady with a Secret, and she is also in my Etsy shop. She is part of my Medieval Marginalia series. And again, it's just a frame from Michael. It's just a cheap frame. I can't afford to get these all professionally framed, so I kind of do it myself. I don't love this mat. I kind of want to do something with this mat, but for now it's good enough, and she's in a frame, and that makes me really happy. This is also part of that series. I have Nuns Harvesting Phalluses, and I have the cat butt, which people have been liking the cat butt lately, and I'll show you that in a minute. But this is my third fully finished stitched object, and I really love her. And I'm kind of excited because I have chosen my 5th Medieval Marginalia image. I just have to turn it into a cross stitch pattern and stitch it, and then I'm good to go. My finished object, I had to get rid of the hat. My finished object isn't my finish. It is a finished object of my pattern, but I sent out my cat licking its butt. I can't remember I can't remember what it's called. Cat butt with 3 bugs. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, this is also my Etsy shop, but this was model stitched by Tracy at Wrought Iron Stitching, and she has an Etsy shop, which I will, or she has she sells patterns. I don't know if it's Etsy or if it's her own website, but I will post a link down below. But Tracy stitched this for me, and I'm so excited to have a stitched version because I just had not had time to stitch it before I released it. So I was using a mock-up, but it's so good, and her stitches are so neat. Okay, I gotta show you the back of this. It looks almost exactly the same. So if you need a model stitcher, if you're a designer and need a model stitcher, Tracy is a great person to do it. This is the finished object. This is my cat licking its butt. This is one of my Medieval Marginalia patterns, and I will fully finish this in the next couple weeks and take pictures of it and get these new updated pictures on my Etsy shop. But he is also available. The only one of my Medieval Marginalia patterns that I don't have stitched in my hand, like in my possession, is my Nuns Harvesting Phalluses, because I gave that cross stitch piece to a really good friend of mine. So I'm restitching it for myself, but it's kind of low on the list of things to stitch. Speaking of things to stitch, I have 3 whips to show you, and I'm gonna go in order of sort of like least work done to most work done. So the one I've done the least on, but I've still made significant progress, is my Vinegar Tom pattern. And I will find a picture of Vinegar Tom and put it up. Since I'm editing, I can put that here. But basically, he was a Patreon exclusive, and he still is actually a Patreon exclusive. My Patreon is paused still until I kind of get my shit together, because, and so I keep pausing it so that no one has to pay. You can still sign up if you want the patterns that I'm showing you. So like this guy, where is he? This guy's in there. My thread chicken is in there. Vinegar Tom is in there. And Vinegar Tom is a Witch's Familiar that was from a like a witch hunting manual in like 17th century England. And he's like a part greyhound, part bull, all feisty. But his name is Vinegar Tom. And I love him. So I did a sort of a monochromatic, I hope you can see it because I can't see. Yeah, like a monochromatic woodcut print of him. But he's looking pretty good. He's looking pretty good. This here is like his ear and his horn, and then he has his back leg and his tail. And I think I will eventually release this in my Etsy shop, but I honestly have not, we'll talk about this at the end, but I have not felt like adding more patterns to my Etsy shop because I'm tired of the hustle and grind. I was trying to get the light better. It seemed to go weird. But this is being stitched on, and I don't know if I have it in here. I don't, but this is fabric that was dyed by Jessie at Mislaid Pages. And it's just this really great, I don't remember the name of it though, but it's this great sort of splotchy neutral, which I thought would be really good for a witch's familiar. And he is being stitched with Forbidden Fiber Co. bark, and I'll show that to you. It's this really great variegated brown color. It's richer in person than it is on camera. It sort of grays it out. It's a much warmer brown than you're seeing on camera, which is too bad. It's a really pretty brown. So this is a monochrome, and I have been enjoying working on him. Now my next one that I've been working on, and in fact, I think I only worked on it today, but I did a good bit on it today. And this is, I'll show you, I have a picture, Elephantine by Roz Clark Crafts. And I'm on this elephant over here. I did change the colors because I wanted the colors to be very bright. I wanted them very bright, and they are. So this is what I have. This is my elephant and castle, which it looks like nuns. Those are nuns. So I did some work on this morning, and I like how it's coming. I did 2 full 6 strands. I don't know how many stitches because it's on paper. I'm doing it actually on a PDF, but you know, it's just a PDF of the paper. So that is being stitched in DMC, not the called for, just the same kinds of colors, but brighter. So I'm a little bit these are going to be sort of psychedelic elephants and psychedelic nun faces. I mean, like, look at these nun faces. They're literally orange. That is a very orange nun face. But I'm okay with that because it is fun and I like fun. And this is being stitched on, I believe it looks like an 18 count, maybe a 16 count, color and cotton scrap. So it's kind of a yellowy beige color. The color is pretty true, but that, I was working on it today. I don't know. I really wanted to work on it today, and so I did. And so I got a lot of work done on that for several hours this morning. I don't quite have my stitchy bug back, and I'll talk about that at the end, like how I'm sort of dealing with that. But I felt good stitching on this. And the final thing that I've been doing, I've made a lot of progress on, which many of you are going to be so happy to see, is my Cosmic Egg, oops, upside down, by Hildegard of BIngen. This is not a cross stitch. This is an embroidery. And I have already done this embroidery once. Sorry, things are falling over here. And I sold it to a friend, but I decided that I wanted one for myself. So I am working on it. So this is how far I've gotten. And I'm thrilled with this. When last you saw this, I had this center done and this pink part done, and this blue is paint, and that was painted. So I did the winds, I did the moon, I did all the stars, I did the clouds, I did these planets here, and so next is this wind here, and I was going to actually work on that this morning, but I ran out of black in this project bag, so I need to refill my black. I have a you know, a giant spool of doom, of like a cone of doom for 310. So that shouldn't be a problem. And this is being stitched on a 2 layers. The top layer is a linen, a natural, not natural, but no, I think it's not bleached. It's not like bright white. It's like a faded white. It's like a off white. And then the backing, the second layer is a cotton linen blend. So my hope was, and it's sort of browner, it's sort of more natural color. So my hope was that it would even knock back the white even a little bit more. So that is what I have been working on, and I'm thrilled with my progress. So this is, sorry, for those of you who have not been here for a while, this is called the Cosmic Egg, and it is one of my favorite medieval pieces of art. It was painted by a medieval mystic named Hildegard of Bingen, and she was a mystic. She lived in the 12th century in modern day Germany, and she was amazing, and I love her, and I love this piece. It is just so colorful, and it's just magical. So I love this. This is her conception of the universe. So we have the earth in the middle, and then we have clouds, the moon, the sun, the 5 planets you can see with the naked eye, the firmament, the 4 winds, and then it's all surrounded by this like fire in the universe. So she's amazing. I made a video about her several years ago, and I'll put it up in the eye, which I don't remember where it would be, up here or over there. And you can check out that after this video if you want to see learn more about her. She also wrote music, she wrote medical treatises, she wrote religious treatises. So she was an amazing Renaissance woman, pre-Renaissance. But I love this piece so much, and I'm so excited that I'm working on it. And it is part of my bingo card. So she is number 11. Okay, so here's my bingo card. Finishing her this year is number 11, which is right here. I have not been doing great on my bingo card lately. I had been working on doing splits, but then I kind of gave up when I started feeling not great, which I'll talk about at the end. So I don't know if that's going to happen. So let's see what bingos might happen. This one here is go on a date or a trip with my husband at least once a month, and that will be a success because we have a trip planned for November and a trip planned for December, and so that is taken care of. 11 is the Cosmic Egg. I'm making really good progress on that, so I'm happy about that. Number 2 is design my next medieval marginalia pattern. I have the picture already, so designing it is definitely a possibility. And then 5 is make the travel project bag prototype. And I've been thinking about that. So I've been sort of like into sewing lately. So this is definitely a possibility. So this bingo here is a possibility. This way, so the birds mean that they're done. This way, so that's 11, which I talked about, and 18, host a soup night. Don't know if that's going to happen. That would require quite a lot of organizing, and it sort of requires number 6 to get done, which is finish the gallery wall in my dining room, because a lot of the mess in my dining room are the things that I want to put on my gallery wall. So like, but the problem with my gallery wall is that my dining room is plaster. So we have to basically install, we had been using command strips, but they fall off the wall when it gets it all humid. So then we were starting to think about a gallery rail with chains. It's just, you know, so we mount a gallery rail and we use chains to hang things. But then my husband's like, well, if we're going to do that, why don't we repaint the wall? I've always wanted like a really dark blue dining room. And I'm like, okay, but that adds time and more things to our gallery wall plan. So I don't know if 6 is going to happen this year. It might happen like in the new year because I do have time off in between semesters. I don't know. So that's the other close one. What's 4? Oh, see, and I could this one would be pretty easy to finish, except 4 is already a no-go. So 4 is something that I made a conscious decision not to do. It's sell at our Market Street Festival, and I was not interested in doing that. Oh, 16 and 2. Okay, what's 16? Hike dismals. Okay, so I could get a diagonal. 16 is hike the dismals, and this is a kind of really cute hiking place in North Alabama that's apparently really gorgeous. And it's good to do it in the fall. So I might need to talk to my friend Melissa, who also wants to hike the dismals, and maybe that is one that I can achieve. We'll see. We'll see if I get this done, if I get at least a bingo. I'm definitely not going to get a blackout. I probably won't even get more than one bingo card, more than one bingo, but who knows? We'll try. We'll try. So that's what's happening with my bingo card. What do we want to do next? Do we want to do my unboxing? I don't think I have any purchases that are cross-stitch related. So I think that what we'll do, except for this box. So I think what we'll do is we'll do our Sherlock Holmes unboxing. Now, all I've done is cut this open and removed the invoice. I bought this for after Christmas, 12 Days of Dragon Desolation, right? So this is Lord of the Rings themed. 'Twas the night before Christmas. I did get the advent calendar. This is Forbidden Fiber Co. So we'll have that to look forward to for December. This is the start. I love Sherlock Holmes. When I was in London in March, my first stop was the Sherlock Holmes Museum. So that was really fun. I got some Sherlock Holmes memorabilia. I have a Sherlock Holmes like stamp for making wax seals. So I love Sherlock Holmes. And I ordered this. This is sort of like her Thanksgiving, her Halloween box. And there's a Halloween whodunit mystery. I'm going to pause this. Okay, so this is a mystery, which doesn't surprise me. It often is a mystery. Years ago, beloved designer Eleanor Cartwright, so this is not from, Eleanor Cartwright's not from the books apparently, vanished without a trace. No answers, no closure, but now 13 mysterious clues have arrived, each in her own handwriting. Inside every package, you'll find a piece of the mystery, read each clue carefully, and find the reference location on the enclosed map. By the end, you'll have the full story and the chance to solve the mystery Eleanor left behind. So when you figure out the mystery, you scan the QR code, you enter in the answer, and you can win things. So let's... Oh, then it tells us what's inside. So we'll look at that. We have, it always comes with a project bag, elementary, my dear Watson. I don't think he ever actually says that. I don't think he ever actually, or he never actually says like something is afoot. One of those that we say he says, he like never says, but it has a, she always makes these zipper pulls that match. Oh my goodness, this is not going well for me. I'm so out of practice. And this looks like a clock. So we have a clock. And it's a nice size. I'm getting a lot of these bags though. It's a nice size. Oh, it has a nice bottom too. It has a box bottom. So it'll fit a nice project. Elementary project bag. The phrase elementary, my dear Watson, comes from the American film The Return of Sherlock Holmes. Even though the phrase doesn't appear at all in the original stories by Arthur Conan Doyle, all Sherlock lovers know and use it regularly. And there's a really interesting book. I'll see if I can find it and I'll put a link down, or put the title down below that talks about, it talks about Arthur Conan Doyle and why he created Sherlock Holmes. It was a really interesting book. A magnifying glass with a light. This is good. My eyes aren't good. If a pipe is one icon of Sherlock, a magnifying glass would be his second, and his deerstalker cap, which of course Sherlock Holmes would not have worn a deerstalker cap because he was a very city man, and deerstalker caps were very not city. So that's something important to remember too. We decided to give it a technology twist with this illuminated hand magnifying glass. Use it when your stitches get tiny. So that's kind of nice to have. And I'll just put everything in the bag, I think. Methinks that's what I will do. And so what these boxes have usually is like a bag, some accoutrements, a needle minder, a pattern, fabric, and some threads that in this case are in individually wrapped 13. I think I'm going to unwrap them all now with you all, if that's okay, because I'm not going to have the chance to, I don't know that I'll have the chance to film again. So I'm just going to open them all now. I hope that's okay. Okay, let's see what we got here. Wax melts. Detective Sherlock Holmes has few vices, but his infamous pipe has to be his most famous. I believe that his heroin use is probably the most famous of his vices, but that's just me. While smoking may be a bad habit, the amazing smell of pipe smoke is one I've always loved. Use these tobacco barn wax melts to set the Sherlock mood in your home. They smell nice. Very nice. Yeah, so like part of why Sherlock Holmes is awake all the time is because he's high. A bee is an exquisite chemist needle minder. Can you see that? Let's see. Did you know that in the Sherlock Holmes universe, both in the original stories by Arthur Conan Doyle and in adaptations, Sherlock Holmes is depicted as a beekeeper? In his last bow, Sherlock Holmes, retired and living among his bees, refers to his magnum opus as Practical Handbook of Bee Culture with some observations upon the segregation of the queen. He dedicated his leisured ease to studying the working bees, much like he once studied the criminal world. Looks like some tea, Darjeeling tea. While Sherlock Holmes' specific tea preference isn't explicitly mentioned in the Sherlock Holmes stories, many fans and tea enthusiasts believe Darjeeling would have been his choice when he wasn't drinking coffee. Yeah, I do like tea. I'll take those to work. I drink tea a lot at work, actually. When it's a box. Cookies, key lime cookies. Lime tea, powdered sugar tea cookies, and key lime. What complements Darjeeling tea? White lime tea cookies, of course. The subtle but distinct citrus undertones in this delicious tea cookie is just the thing for that cuppa. Some cookies. I have taken to living by my wits. Idleness exhausts me completely. These are things that they say it on there. Sleuth pencils. Use these Sherlock pencils to record your finds, make a grocery list, or put your hair up in a quick twist. My hair is too short to do that, so I won't be doing that. Pencils are always useful in a craft room. Toasted coconut. Toasted coconut. 1/8 yard, Edinburgh lino 36 count is what I got. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's a very neutral. It's about as neutral as you can get, I think, in a beige. It's kind of a gray, you know, we're just going to open it. We are going to open it, and because when I looked at it closely just then, there were some really interesting modeling happening that I hope you'll be able to see. Yeah, a little bit. So it's a little bit, it smells nice. It's a little bit grayer than it's showing, I think. And like this splotch right here, that kind of big splotch, it almost is a wine colored splotch. It's like a purpley blue colored splotch. Very interesting. So this will be the color for this pattern, which says, I can't read. When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. And it's, so that's right. It's in grayscale because we won't know the colors until we open up the packages. So the packages are the secret with the clues and the flosses. So that way we can sort of figure out what the pattern looks like. Okay. So that is very fun. I'm going to keep this out so that I can show you the threads. Now let's look at this. The included fabric, toasted coconut, is one of our most popular hand-dyed fabric colors, and however improbable pattern. Inspired by Sherlock Holmes, we've printed this pattern in black and white to keep a little mystery Stitch each color as you open them or wait until the end. The adventure is yours. We will email a full color PDF on November 1st. So I'll show you that in my next Flosstube, whenever that may be. Hit the bell. All right, friends. Now we're getting into, oh, here we go. Now we're getting into the crux of this. The Secret in Stitches, Forbidden Fiber Co. Halloween Whodunit Mystery Box. This is my map. London circa 1901. A place for notes. So we'll put that right here. We will start opening clues and flosses. Clue number 1. Start where it ended, by the water, beneath Tower Bridge. She met me there, pretending it was an apology. I don't think I'm going to read all these. Clue number 1 and floss number 1 is Study in Scarlet. It's showing up a little orangier than it is in real life, but it's kind of an orangey red. So number 1. And I think that looks really nice with this color. Number 2. Sorry, you're getting all the opening and stuff too. I'm not going to edit that out. I have my clue. And, ooh, I should open them up for you first so you can see. It's a bright yellow. The Sign of 4, which of course was, I think, the first story. It's definitely a bright yellow, but it is almost fluorescent in the camera, and it's not almost fluorescent. It's just a very bright yellow. We'll do it this way so you guys get to see it first. Ooh, it's a green. That's fun. It is called Scotland Yard. I'll show them all together. Scotland Yard. Very nice. 4. I'm a bit out of practice with this. I'm sorry, everybody. Ooh, is that like a purple? No, it's a beautiful blue. Moriarty. Moriarty. And again, it's definitely not that royal blue as it's showing in the screen. It's blue, but not that blue. But we're getting very nice different colors in this, which is 5. Oh, another yellow, like a buttery, sort of like a light gold. Again, it's showing up very fluorescent. It's definitely more goldy with some green in it. Baker Street Irregulars. And of course, the Baker Street Irregulars, I'm pretty sure are the urchin boys that helped, that were like Sherlock Holmes's spy network in the street. So we have these 2 colors. We have the very bright yellow and then the more greeny gold yellow. Another green? Or is it gray? It's a green. It's a green. So the Grimpen-Meyer. Don't know what the Grimpen-Meyer is. If you know what the Grimpen-Meyer is, tell me in the comments down below. I have read them all, but I have not studied them all the Sherlock Holmes. But if you look here, you can see the difference between the 2 greens that we have so far. Is maybe the Grimpen-Meyer is like Hound of the Baskervilles? I don't know. I haven't seen that one. I haven't read that one very much. Ooh, another blue. Now this one is the royal blue that the other one looked like. This is Blue Carbuncle. Yeah, that's a pretty bright blue. So let's show you these 2 together. And you can see the difference. And then here they all are together. Not a lot of like variations. There must be shading in some way. A gray? It looks like a gray. Yes, it is a gray. 221B, which of course is the house. Fun fact, if you go to Baker Street now, there's a museum at 221B Baker Street. But 221B didn't actually exist on Baker Street when he wrote the text. That building didn't exist and that number didn't exist. I think that's interesting. 9. Yes, 9. A light blue? Oh, a light green. Oh, a light green. Very light green. Arsenic poisoning. Okay, then. Okay. Arsenic poisoning. I'll show you them all together at the end. We don't need to go 10. I don't need to lift it up for every one. But like all we have are like greens, blues, yellows, and reds. And a blue. And this is a light blue called Victorian London. Again, it's not as bright as it's showing. White? Is that just a white? Yes, it's a white. Watson's Journals. It's a bluey white. It's a bluey white, I would say. It's not just like, when I look at it from like through, when I look through it with light shining on the back of it, it's definitely has a bluish cast. So Watson's Journals. 13, 12. Ooh, this feels really thick. This feels really thick. Ooh, there's extra. Let's see. I got that. Oh, we got 2. We got 2. We got 3. The game is afoot. Oh, okay, so we have 3. The game is afoot. Apparently, this is an important. This is probably like a border, but it's a. It's a black, but it's an interesting black. It's a bluey black. Yeah, so we have the game is afoot. And then 13, fingers crossed, it's mottled. I love her mottled colors. But she hasn't been doing mottled colors much lately. No, it's not. Okay. It's sort of a light gray white elementary. So let me show you them all together. I'll remove 2 of the blacks. Yeah, so the thing that I love about Forbidden Fiber Co. and Leanne's dyeing, here they all are together. It's a nice little grouping of sort of, different hues and shades of the same colors. The thing I like about her dyeing is that she was originally a yarn dyer, and yarn dyers speckle things. And I love speckles. And we don't get very many speckles in floss dyeing. And so every once in a while, her like final one will be a speckled floss of all the other colors. And I love it. Love it. All right. So that is, here, I'll show you all the colors. I'll show you, oh, it's the middle. I'll show you the pattern. So I bet this is actually that black color. The inside is actually that black color. That's why I got 3 of them. But very excited about this. I might even stitch it. I do have a picture of Jeremy Brett as Sherlock Holmes that I got at the museum. And so I might stitch this and make a little, I'll add it to like my sleuths wall. I don't know if you remember. Oops, I'm having a little, there's a little avalanche of clues here. I have a sleuths wall where I embroidered a bunch of my favorite TV sleuths, and I might put this, there's room, so I might put this with that. All right, so that is my Forbidden Fiber Co. Sherlock Holmes mystery box, and I will work on the mystery this weekend. Next, I want to talk about my Happy Mail. Other than my my model stitch, I also received a lovely Happy Mail from my friend Marianne, and Marianne actually checked in on me. So I appreciate that very much too, because I haven't been around a while. But she found this chart and thought that I would like it. It is a medieval themed chart, cross-stitch chart, and it says, "I saw a strange creature, a bright ship of the air, beautifully adorned." It's an Anglo-Saxon riddle. So Anglo-Saxons were the early English people. They lived Anglo-Saxon England, which we also call early medieval England, was from about 400 when the Romans left Britain in like 409, 410. And the Angles and Saxons were Germanic people who kind of went in and ended up conquering and pushing the Celtic people west and north. And the Anglo-Saxons were in control until 1066 with the Battle of Hastings, which is what this is about. So this is the last Anglo-Saxon king, Harold Godwinson, and he was killed by William the Conqueror. So there you go. Anyway, so she saw this and thought of me, and it's beautiful. And I like the fact that it is not a lot of colors, right? So it's very doable. And the chart is really easily read. So that will be really nice. Oh, and I love how it has the colors in the letters. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love this so much. I love it more than I loved it before. She also gave me some handkerchiefs because I love handkerchiefs so much. And so she found these and thought I would like them. Isn't that the nicest? And I do like them. I think they're wonderful. I love handkerchiefs. And in fact, so I use handkerchiefs, and my handkerchief folding video is my absolute best video. I'll put a link to it up here. If you want to use handkerchiefs and want to know how to fold them, that video has 10,000 views or whatever. I mean, like, you know, I'm a little channel, so that's a lot for me. But I love handkerchiefs, and my mental health has not been great, and so I have not ironed my handkerchiefs and folded them and used them. So I've been using like paper towels, which of course, you know, ruins your nose. And so I just ironed them last weekend. And so I have had my handkerchiefs back again. So I'm so happy. So thank you so much, Marianne. I really, really appreciate it. I love it so much. These may end up being decorative because they seem pretty fragile, but they are wonderful. And I collect fragile ones too. So thank you so much. This is wonderful. Thank you so much. And the final stitchy thing I have to talk about is the giveaway. So I have 5 giveaways that people commented in my B video back in July. And so I have 5 gifts, and the order that these gifts will be chosen in by future editing Christy are: the garden box will be number 1. Future Christy will add in a video here of me choosing the winner for the garden box.
So for our first entry here, at the comment picker, put in the website, do my math. We have 15 unique comments, and let's pick a winner. And the winner is Renee Lewis. Congratulations, Renee. So thank you so much for participating, and I will get that out to you.
So congratulations to whoever won the garden box. And I had a Google form to fill out. So I'm going to make sure that your address is in the Google form. And if it's not, then I will contact you. Otherwise, I'll just put this in the mail. Well, I'll have my husband put it in the mail. So this is by Jeanette Douglas. So congratulations. The next prize is Tiny Modernist, We Should Be Friends. So future Christy, do your thing.
Okay, so now we're picking our second winner. I was going to pick a new winner and start. And the winner is Michelle Bendy Stitchy. So Michelle, I'm pretty sure I have your address. If not, I'll send you a message.
Congratulations to the winner of We Should Be Friends. I will get this sent out to you or get your address, depending on whether I have it or not. But third winner that future Christy will choose is for this Mondo Llama cross stitch kit. And it looks like it's not quite counted, but it's super cute. It has everything in it that you could want. So future Christy, do your thing.
Okay, let's pick winner number 3. And the winner is Marzipan Stitcher. I'm pretty sure I have your address, but I'll have to check. I'm terrible about keeping addresses. So congratulations.
And congratulations to the winner of this. The last one, the next one is this tiny jewelry. This is a cross-stitch metal necklace. So what it comes with is a pattern, and it has a bee pattern, a heart pattern, and kind of like a chevron pattern. The necklace, which is metal that you can stitch onto, and the necklace, you know, thingy here, chain is the word I'm looking for. But you could also put this like on a keychain if you wanted that, or on a zipper pull, or however you want it. So, but you're getting the patterns and the metal stuff, the stitching form. So future Christy, pick the winner.
All right, let's pick our 4th winner of this, you know, giveaway extravaganza. And the winner is Christy Buck. So congratulations, Christy. I'll check to see if I have your address, and if not, I will reach out to you, as I've said like 5 times already.
Congratulations for winning this. And then finally is a very similar thing. It's a square one. Yeah, it's a square necklace that also has, I am not feeling the string in this one. And I'm afraid the string fell out. So I will include, it has the metal. It has the metal, but it does not have the chain. So I will include a chain with this one. I have chain that I'll include. And I will also include a bee pattern because this one does not have a bee pattern. So I'll include a bee pattern in this. And you get the square, the pattern, and I'll include a chain.
And for our final winner, we have Deb. So Deb, congratulations. I will get this out to you. And now back to past Christy for the final time.
So congratulations. Congratulations, everyone. Thanks for watching my channel. Thank you for participating in my giveaway. I will have my husband get these out in the next week. He's much better at going to the mail than I am. And that is all my stitchy content. So what I have now is making content and purchases that are not cross stitch related. So if you're just here for the cross stitch, thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. It's great to be back. I'm so excited to be talking to you all again. I hope that I will continue to make videos throughout November, and then in December, I'll have an Advent box. So maybe you'll get daily Advents. Maybe I'll do a project like I did. I kind of do every December where I have like a challenge for myself, whether that is try a new craft or finish something or whatever. Maybe I'll work on something like that for December so that I have something specific to show you every day and you can kind of look forward to seeing what I'm doing. Okay, so I do have some finished objects, fully finished objects that are not stitching related. So, and this goes to our, this goes to life updates, but my husband and I bought an RV. So I made a little keychain for our RV keys. And it has different license plates on it, including New Jersey and Mississippi and Iowa, which are like the 3 places that I have lived. There are other places too. But I made this little keychain so that it hangs really nicely. You can wear it. It holds our RV keys. So that's exciting. I took a little basket making class, pine needle baskets, and it's very nice. I'm feeling really dark. Hold on a sec. Does that feel better? That feels brighter to me. But anyway, I took a pine needle basket making class, and I made this tiny little basket with a handle. And it smells Smells so nice. I have more pine needles, but I have not had time to make more baskets. But it's like loose and chubby and scruffy, and I love it. And it just sort of sits on my table. I haven't put anything in it, but I might make it into like a pin cushion, like stuff it and put a little pin cushion. How cute would that be? If I had like flower counting pins, I might have to find some flower counting pins and make, and it'll just be like a little bouquet of flowers. Oh my God, so cute. Okay, so I made that. And then I also, so this was a tin that I had. I don't want to dump it. This is a tin that I got. It's one of those ones from Target. I don't shop at Target anymore. I'm boycotting Target, but this is from several years ago. I made it into something. Let's see if I can open it without dumping everything. So the top is padded and the bottom is padded, and it holds my brooch collection. So I love brooches. I collect brooches. I wear brooches. I inherited some brooches. I love brooches. So I figured it needed a place to go. And this is one of my newest ones. It's a castle. And I love it. This is another new one. It's a hand. And then, but my favorite one, I don't know, I love them all. But I do love my snake. His name is Romulus. And then I got him at a vintage store with my peacock. And then my friend got me this ship. I wear this ship all the time. I love this ship. Anyway, I love all of them. This was my stepmom's. It's a teapot. Anyway, I got some for my grandmother. So this little pretty gold with stones. Oops. It's from my grandmother. Isn't that pretty? Anywho, so this is my collection. I do have a couple more that aren't in here yet. And then I inherited some from my aunt that are silver, including a broccoli, a silver broccoli, and a silver garlic. And then I bought, because how can you, like, you can't just have garlic and broccoli. And so I got a little shrimp. So I wear them as a trio. They're like my savory snack trio of brooches. Anyway, I made this to keep them in. This is on my counter in my bathroom, and I'm really glad that they have a place where they can be comfy, nestled in there. It's been a while since I've sat over here, so I'm like finding things that I like haven't put away from the last couple times that I've made videos, including like some gifts. So I'm happy to do that. I went to a yard sale and I bought a house building kit. It's not opened, but this is something that I'm kind of interested in. There was a creator that I really liked she was an artist. She was a metal artist. And so she made a belt that I bought. Well, actually Rich bought it for me for Christmas, and a seam ripper that was like really gorgeous and all sorts of things. And she made really amazing, like miniature dollhouses and cottages that were so realistic, and she made everything in them. And she passed away. I think I've talked about her before. She passed away of breast cancer. She was only like 32. And back in like May, I think. And she was just so inspiring. And when I saw this, I'm like, you know, I want to make something like that. And I want to have a project like that. I haven't opened the box. I don't know when I'll start it. I have lots of projects, but I have it. I got this and a bunch of other stuff for like $10 at this yard sale. So that's a fun thing that I bought. Ugh. And it's got stuff all over it. I also bought, sorry about the noise, scrap fabric. Sorry, I couldn't remember the name of the company. A Canadian clothing company called Thief and Bandit. They like block print their own fabrics. And they sell, well, now I just got an email that they sell it by the meter, but they also sell scraps. And so I bought a bunch of scraps. So I'm going to show you the scraps of fabric that I bought. They're large scraps. So we have this one. Some of them are super interesting. This is like a crepe, and it's horses. which I really like. These are all woven. I have bought their knit ones, but this time I bought woven and it was like buy two get one free. So this is sort of a floral, which is really pretty, that has some snakes. Here we have snacks, an apple and a knife and a snail and a cherry. I guess snails could be snacks, but mustard mushrooms and butterflies and moths and stuff. Oh, these are really cool. They are like a mountain scene. It's a landscape with horses. It looks like a deserty western landscape, which I really like. I really like that one. I don't remember what this is. Some of them are like stylized fox. Like this might be stylized foxes. Yes, that's what it looks like from far away. Stylized foxes. And I don't know what I'm going to make with these, but I just really like them. And you know, I'm actually not, this is all I've really bought in the last 3 months, so I'm doing pretty good. This is again another scene on a very interesting fabric. I was planning on making bags out of these for the RV to like help with storage, but I don't know that I will. I don't know there's enough. Another one of these. Some wavy lines, very similar, another floral, but not quite floral. Another landscape. I really like this one. This is another landscape. This one is pretty, foxes. I've also been really interested in making clothes. In fact, I did make a mock-up of a shirt. I made a linen mock-up of a shirt that I was going to do in patchwork with these, but I didn't like the shirt. So I need to find a better shirt pattern. I think this is the foxes again. That's the foxes again. And this one's really pretty. It's that floral with the snake, and I have more of it too. But these are the offcuts from their you know, clothing. So I feel like I'm doing good things. Horses. More mushrooms in blue and white. I think this is birds. But you can see they're like irregular shapes. I think that's birds. I just really like them. This is such a long episode. I'm sorry. Although, you know, you could put me at 2 times speed or something. More flowers. More foxes. And more flowers with the snakes, I think. So anyway, that is my fabric, which is kind of the only crafty thing I've bought. I bought some sealing wax, like craft stuff. I bought another sealing wax burner because I want to make sealing wax, you know, things. That was weird. I got something delivered to this building, which I never get anything delivered to this building, but it was for the neighbor. So like this building is right next to my building, the house that I live in. So this is my office and my craft room and my filming area. And it's the half version of my address, and that was not for me. So anyway, I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, I bought some sealing wax stuff. Did I say that? Like a burner? But otherwise, I just haven't bought much. I have been organizing. I really don't remember where I was in this conversation. So, yeah, I want to just talk about 2 more things. I did get an email from a woman who, I thought it was like a scammer email or like I don't know. I thought it was kind of a scammer email. And she asked if I could hand embroider names on stockings and how much that would cost. And I'm like, you know, I don't do commissions, you know, sorry. And she said, oh, okay, they gave me your name at Magnolia Heirlooms, which is our local fabric store, quilting store. They're not a quilting retailer anymore now. They just do long arm quilting. But I said, oh, you're local. I'll do it for free. I don't take commissions. So she gave me her stockings for her in-laws, her son-in-law and daughter-in-law. Now, apparently they've had these stockings for like 20 years. Maybe not 20 years, but they've had these stockings for a long time. And every other stocking in her family has a name on it. So I said that I would embroider the names on them. So that is my job for the next couple weeks. So I want to get these to her before the beginning of December. And then I will get those back to her, and her in-laws can stop feeling neglected. When my grandmother passed away, a little over a year ago, they were dealing with the property. And so the property's been dealt with. And my mom asked if there was anything that I wanted from the house. And I said, okay, there are those wall hangings that Meemaw made. And so I got those wall hangings. And so we'll probably hang these in the dining room on our gallery wall, and they're nice and finished. So there's that thin one. And then there is, and these are, my grandmother made these. And then there's the big one. But they're pretty heavy. I really love them, and I'm glad to have them. And I think that that's it. I'm very excited because I also have a Needle Arts magazine. I'm not going to go through it. I'm already at over an hour on this, and that's not including the future me inserting the winners. So I think we're not gonna go through that. But I do believe that's everything I have that's craft related. So all I have left is just to sit here and yammer with you about my life updates, and kind of like where I've been. And if you're not interested in that, I totally get it. I totally get it. And you've been here a long time, and I really appreciate that. So I will see you in my next video. Those of you who want to know what I've been up to, you're welcome to stay. Maybe I'll put my hat back on so it feels more festive. A lot's been going on. This semester started off kind of rough. Well, let's start at the beginning. I made my last video about the free bees video. If you're interested in stitching bees and you want some free patterns, I'll put the link. I think it's gonna be up here. And you can check that out. It's my last video. But right before I filmed that, around when I filmed that, I had gotten a medical procedure. So I'm 45 and I'm kind of starting perimenopause, right? We're all, those of us who are middle-aged are kind of going through all these things. And I was feeling really bad. I was feeling tired all the time. I was feeling brain foggy. I was just feeling off, right? And so my gynecologist said that I got my blood work done for my annual exam, and it said that my testosterone was very low, along with my vitamin D. So I took vitamin D supplements. That my vitamin D should be fine now. But my testosterone was low, and that's a part of perimenopause, and it can cause fatigue. He says, but we can give you back some testosterone. He's like, it's not covered by insurance, you'll have to pay for it. It wasn't cheap, but it wasn't like outrageously expensive. It'll last. It's a pellet that they like insert into your back, and it lasts for like 3 months. I did that at the beginning of beginning of July. And he said, you'll feel great. You'll have so much energy. I believe he said you'll be howling at the moon. Well, I got this pellet put in my back. I felt like absolute garbage for like a month and a half. Like I felt like shit. I was more tired. I was emotional. Like I was just like, it was miserable. I was miserable for like a month and a half, and it started eventually getting better. And then I was having back pain where they inserted this stupid pellet. So I was like in pain and grumpy and tired, and my hair started falling out, and I was already thinning. My hair started falling out. I just felt terrible. And I was depressed because it was like the year anniversary of like lots of deaths in my family, and my final grandparent was not doing well. And my feet were hurting because I have plantar fasciitis, and when I started lifting weights, I wore the wrong shoes, and so it flared up my plantar fasciitis. I've been in foot pain and back pain and hair falling out and grumpy and tired. Anyway, I felt like absolute garbage. And then the semester started. And so I'm a college professor, for those of you who don't know. Those of you who do know, I'm still a college professor, but you knew that. And our building was under construction. So all of our classes were not in the building. And that was depressing. And that was frustrating. And I had to kind of organize all of that stuff. And I still had to do my job. And I had to take on an extra class. So it's just like, it was a lot. At the beginning of September, in fact, Labor Day weekend, my husband and I took a trip to go look at RVs. We've been talking about RVs, getting an RV van, because I'm a nomad at heart and I want to travel everywhere. And if I could like quit my job and just travel full time, I probably would, because that would be amazing. But because of no health insurance, because I have to pay for our health insurance, that is not possible. But I would love to do that. So we bought an RV van and we've gone on a couple of trips, and that's been fun. So we bought it in Labor Day weekend, so like the first weekend in September, and we picked it up like a week and a half later. There have been some issues with it that we're getting fixed, but nothing serious, and we got a great deal on it, so we've done that. And then my last grandparent passed away. My stepdad's mother passed away, and yes, it was really sad, but she was in a lot of pain. She was 94. She was ready to go. And so, and she, you know, she passed away in her sleep with family around her. So it's like, that's how we all want to go, I think. And then they had her funeral 3 weeks later. And I drove back for that. And I got to see my family, and that was really nice. I hadn't seen them since June. And it was such a nice trip. It was a nice, I don't know, it was just a really nice closure to all of the deaths that have been happening in my life the past year. And it's almost like I stopped like waiting, you know, I was like waiting for her to die. And every time my mom called me or texted me, I would get a little like, you know, is Aura okay? And so once she had passed, I wasn't feeling that anymore. And the testosterone was wearing off, because the testosterone was wearing off at the beginning of October. And so for the past like 2.5 weeks, like since the funeral, since like I can I've grieved, I can mourn, but I don't have to think about it. I don't have to like worry about it anymore. I've been feeling more like myself. And that's kind of where I've been. I've been in a really bad headspace for the past long time. And I think it was just like too much for me to make a video. And I thought today would be the day to make a video, because I have lots of things to show you. I've been sort of like, well, I haven't even really been, you know, holding things back, because I haven't had much. I haven't bought much, you know, I did have stitching to show you. So that was nice. And I'm excited to be here talking to you, because that just feels really good. So I don't know, we have some trips planned. We have another trip planned for next week. We have a trip planned for November around Thanksgiving. We have a trip planned for the holidays to visit my family. We might do one in January. Basically, we're kind of like doing all these campy trips with our new RV that we're really excited about. And I did post some pictures of the RV and camping on Instagram. I'll need to post a couple more from our last trip. But overall, I'm feeling really good. Since I've talked to you last, I have put together the IKEA furniture that I purchased. And so my craft room is looking more organized. It's definitely not fully organized, but it's more organized. There's less stuff everywhere. And I'm feeling really good. I need to get some furniture out, but I'm feeling really good about how this is looking, how usable it is, how I can find things. And I just kind of want to start doing crafts again. been a lot of YouTube and Sudoku, honestly. Has been kind of like my coping mechanism. So I'm happy to start feeling better. I'm happy to show you my stitching. I'm glad I've been stitching. That's been feeling really good. Anyway, yeah, so things are feeling really good right now, which is nice. I've been having joy again. I've been getting out in nature. I've been going on walks. My feet are feeling better this week. My feet have been hurting a lot from plantar fasciitis. It's been really bad. I'm like an old lady. I'm an old middle-aged lady now. Yeah, and I'm excited about what I've been working on with my cosmic egg. That's been feeling really good. Anyway, I'm feeling really good today. I thought I would film. I'm happy to hang out with you. I know this was a really long one, so I hope that you at least had something to drink. I wish I did. Oh, and I don't remember if I said this, but I have a chicken. That was a very strange sentence. I have a chicken pattern that I have designed. So here are my prosperity hens. I have 2 done. Here are my 2 that are done. Aren't they pretty? I have a 3rd one that's designed. They're all named after my stitchy friends. So my friend Marcia she lives in the UK, and I visited her we met for the first time. It was so exciting in March. It was she and her family were so lovely. So I'm gonna just tweak colors on that, send it off to her so she can stitch it. I'm gonna stitch it, get that finished up, and get that released. And then my next one is gonna be named. Oh, I don't know if I've told her. I'm not gonna tell you. I think I've asked her, but I need to go check my DMs to see. I don't want to just like make the announcement because I don't know that I have her permission. I'm sure she'll be fine with it, but I always like getting permission. But I have my fourth one named, so I'm going to design that and stitch that up. And these are nice because they're such like small. They're like such easy wins, you know? I love them. I love them so much. I love them so much. Oh, these are my Etsy shop if you want prosperity hens. And then I'll have, like I said, at least 2 more by the end of the year. So excited. I gotta go. I just got a text that dinner is about to be ready. So thank you for joining me. It's been so great hanging out with you. I'm so happy to be telling you all these things, showing you all the stuff that I've been up to. And I hope that I will be back soon. If nothing else, I'll be back in December for Flossmas, and I hope to have something fun for you. But I'm hoping I'll have a video in November as well. No guarantees. If you like the video, please subscribe. If you want more shorter video content, this is the longest video I may have ever done. Also hit the bell if you want to know when I upload because it won't be regular. Just so you know. I'm not putting any pressure on myself. Oh, the final thing I wanted to say, sorry, not done. Still yapping. The final thing I wanted to say is I think what I've been really focusing on is stitching for pleasure as opposed to selling. For hustling. I think that is what was burning me out, is that I felt like everything that I did in the craft world had to be something I could make money off of. And that is exhausting and it ruins the joy. It ruins the joy of the hobby. So I am like not doing any craft shows this year, not even the winter one that costs like $15. I'm doing 0 craft shows this year. I am stitching. I am still going to release my prosperity hens and my medieval marginalia, but I am stitching for joy. I'm stitching where the wind takes me, and you know, I need to. Not everything has to make money. I need to get out of this sort of like hustle and grind mindset. That's my goal. So that's why the stitching that I've been doing has been bringing me so much joy, because none of the stitching that I'm doing is making me any money. And I'm so excited about that. So that is the last thing I'm going to say. I think dinner's about ready. So I will leave you with that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Please take good care of yourselves and happy stitching. Bye.